Fire in the hole, let's cook some beef. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. Happy New Year. Finally, 2021 is here and we're cooking up some beef. A beautiful piece, a 3-bone standing rib roast. It's not a prime roast, but it's a really nice piece of meat. An awesome piece of meat. We're going to do a very minimal prep to it, hang it in the pit barrel, and cook this puppy up. It's going to be great. We're going to take some extra virgin olive oil and put in a bowl about, I don't know, about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. Then I'm going to take some of my root boy rub. Now root boy rub is salt, pepper, garlic, and some other herbs and spices. We're going to put some of that in there. What I want to do is make a kind of a paste out of it. I want it to be wet, but at the same time I want it to be, you know, pliable. So that root boy rub has got some, like I said, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, rosemary, thyme. You know, you put whatever you want in there until you get like a kind of a paste consistency like that. Maybe a little bit more of my rub. And if you would like to try some of my rub, leave a comment on this video, be a subscriber, give me a thumbs up. I have no way of knowing if you give me a thumbs up or not, but you know, I hope you're honest. Anyway, we're gonna take this. Yeah, leave a comment. I'll pick one lucky subscriber to get some root boy rub. You can't buy it, so your only chance is to win some if you want to try some. Anyway, I've got my paste rub the way I want it, and I'm gonna just rub that thickly on that meat, on all parts of the meat. And isn't that beautiful? Doesn't that look great already? It is, trust me. It's good stuff. You'd like it. If you had some, you'd like it. Some of you people have some, so you should try it. You should try this out. Get yourself a standing rib roast. Rub it all over with that root boy rub mixed with extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to do the other side too. It looks good enough to eat already, even the bones. Get that all over your rib roast. How's that look? Not bad. Not bad. I might have to mix up some more of it, but you get the idea. That's what we're going to do. We're going to slather that all over that roast. We're going to let that sit a minute while the pit barrel comes up to temperature. Then I'm going to get that in the pit barrel and hang it, and we're going to put a thermometer in there, insert a thermometer in the thickest part of it, and cook it till it gets to 220 degrees. At that point, what I'll do is I'll take the cover off the pit barrel so it'll get really hot, and for about 10 minutes we'll let that thing hang in the pit barrel on a really high heat. With the cover off, the pit barrel can get up to as much as 300 degrees, but it runs normally at about 275. So if you're doing this in an oven, you want to set your oven to about 250, 275 and cook it till you get an internal temperature of about 250, 230, somewhere in that line along there. And then all you got to do is sear it a little bit, or you can sear it ahead of time and then cook it in the oven. But anyway, this is going to be great. Let me get it hanging in the pit barrel. I'll show you what that looks like, so stay tuned. Got that rib roast rubbed down, got them hanging in the pit barrel, got my temperature probe right in the middle of the thickest part of the meat. We're just going to let that go till we get an internal temperature of about 210 degrees. Then we'll pull the cover off the pit barrel and let it get really hot to give it a good sear on the outside. Then we'll pull it off there, we'll cut it, take a taste, and drink a beer, so stay tuned. The meat is at 118 degrees. I erroneously said I was going to pull the top off it when it got to 220. What I meant to say was 120. And I kept saying that through the whole first part of this video. I kept inflating the temperature by about 100 degrees. But what I'm going to do now is pull the top off of this and let it get really hot and just get a kind of a crust on that beautiful roast in there. And when it gets to 125 degrees, I'll pull it off there, I'll let it rest, and we'll carve it up. So stay tuned. Okay, the roast is out. I'm letting it rest before I carve into it. And what should we do while we're waiting? Well, I think we should have a beer, don't you? Let's move this away a little bit here. You can see there's the Frosty Root Boy mug. First beer of the new year. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Founders Harvest Ale, wet hopped ale. I don't know too much about this. Alcohol by volume, it's got to be on here. Somewhere it says it. Oh, 7.6%. A wet hopped ale. That's different. Okay, let's give that a shot. Wet hopped, 7.6. Sounds good to me, Rob. What do you think? First beer of the new year, Rob. Happy New Year, Rob. Happy New Year to you and to everybody, and all my subscribers. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave a comment for a chance to get some Root Boy Rub. Founders Harvest Ale, wet hopped ale. Looks good to me. Let's give it a sniff. What does it say here? Founders brewed for us. Cool. Could have brewed it for me. That would have been fine. Yeah, let's take a sniff of that, Rob. Smells great. Let's quaff the froth off it, Rob. Excellent. Always a good beer from Founders. Founders Wet Hopped Harvest Ale. Excellent. Very good beer. My roast has been sitting here. This is the hardest part about doing one of these, is the waiting. You know, you have to wait. You have to let it rest. Let's zoom in a little. Yeah, you got to let it rest. And the nice thing about this roast is they started cutting the bones off it already, see? It's already had the bones, have already started cutting. So all I have to do is take my knife and follow through, right through here. And let me tell you what, this is the best part of the roast. Right here, the bones. That, for me, that's the best part. That's the part I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat one of those bones. But I want to cut into it and show you how it looks on the other side. I'm cutting these bones apart. I'm going to chow down into one of those. Well, let's take a slice off of this. Let's do the mother-in-law slice. She doesn't like it cooked, so she can have this end piece right here. Slice down into that. Who doesn't like prime rib, or not rib, but you know, beef ribs cooked to death? That's terrible. Yeah, she'll probably put that in the microwave. She won't eat that. Too rare. But there it is. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's the first slice right there of a beautiful, it's all fat right here, a beautiful prime rib roast. Doesn't it look good? It's not prime, I'm sorry. It's not prime rib, it's just rib. And what I want to do is take one of these bones. I'm going to cut down between the bones, because what I like to do, I'm like a caveman. That's what I like. I like to grab me a bone and just chow down on it. That's delicious. Excellent. Look at that. It's so delicious. Baby, that is outstanding. Let me tell you what. Took a little longer than I expected in the pit barrel. Took about 3 hours. Well worth it. If you can get yourself a standing rib roast, cook it up like that in the pit barrel. Beautiful piece of meat. Excellent dinner for your New Year's Day. So you know what I always say, babies. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go up and see my drinking partner, Rob, the barbecue pit dog. You know he's got something good going on. Rob, Happy New Year, Rob. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry about the originally first part of the video when I said 250. What I meant was 150 at the most. And this one came out at about 125. Perfectly rare roast beef. Just the way it should be. Okay, babies. We'll see you next week. Bye.